Time is ticking for Chinese apps, TikTok and WeChat to secure a deal after President Trump signed an executive order Thursday, preventing them from operating in 45 days if they're not sold off by their respective parent companies. Beyond that, the president's order also raises questions about the future of apps and data collection. Here to discuss this further is national security expert and retired Air Force Brigadier General Robert S. Spalding, who is a senior fellow at the Hudson Institute focusing on U.S.-China relations. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So the president was looking to ban TikTok due to national security risks, but Microsoft expressed interest in buying the app, and President Trump is now giving Microsoft 45 days to essentially seal the deal. But what sort of precedent does this set for other Chinese-owned apps such as WeChat?
Well, considering that apps such as Facebook and Twitter have been banned for a long time in China, I think it's important to note that the way that China uses their apps is to collect data on individuals, to influence them, and also to control their own population. So I think we can expect that going forward, you're going to see less and less of Chinese apps in the United States, and that's a good thing for both the Chinese people and the American citizen.
And it's interesting because Instagram, they just launched a new feature that's very similar to TikTok. So you have to wonder how much that's going to affect Microsoft's decision in buying out TikTok from its parent company, ByteDance. But this isn't the first time officials have warned consumers about certain apps storing data. For example, last summer, lawmakers on Capitol Hill raised concerns about an app called FaceApp that went viral for making people look older once they uploaded their photo. But there were concerns that it could share data with the Russian government. But how do these apps get approved on the App Store if they pose these national security risks?
Well, part of the problem is that people have gotten used to the fact that they can just share their data with anyone. And it's fine, or it could be fine when it's a U.S. company. But then again, when you have these open data rules that the internet was built upon, then it's very easy for the Chinese to get access to it. And if they have the access to everything that you do, everything that you are as a person, their ability to influence your life is getting stronger and stronger through their economic and financial connections with U.S. companies. And so it's very important that we understand what kind of nation China is. It's led by the Chinese Communist Party. They use information to influence populations, to suppress speech, to adopt more of a Marxist ideology. This is their goal, and these apps are tools in that goal.
I want to touch on that point that you brought up because you say that it will influence, as you said, that it would influence people who have their data stored or have their as you said, have their data stored in China and the Chinese government. How would that affect an American like myself, for example? Let's say I use TikTok. How would that affect me personally, even though China has that data?
Well, it's really about the relationship of the company that you work for with China. For instance, as I write in my book, Stealth War, I talk about Roy Jones, a mid-level employee at the Marriott Corporation that was fired for liking a tweet about Tibet because the Chinese Communist Party ordered Marriott to fire them. As you know, the general manager of the Houston Rockets was almost fired. Similarly, as these economic and financial connections between U.S. companies and Chinese companies continue to tighten, their ability to coerce those companies to affect the lives of their employees becomes very, very powerful.
And again, as you pointed out, you're the author of the book Stealth War: How China Took Over While America's Elite Slept. Tell us more about your book and how it relates to the current relations between the U.S. and China.
Well, everybody considers the Chinese military to be the biggest threat. In reality, what China uses is political warfare. And what they found is what Silicon Valley built, much like America built the nuclear weapon. Silicon Valley built the internet and the apps and services and business models that go along with it. And the ability to conduct political warfare on a global scale is essentially what the internet enables China to do.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.